Hey parents, I'm Linda Murray at Oak Grove Upper. I'm a fourth grade math teacher. I'm going to help you with one of the strategies that we use to teach our students division. We've been working on concepts with division, and we've been focusing on the vocabulary with the divisor, the dividend, the quotient, and the remainders. The students have gotten really good with dealing with those things, knowing that the divisor is the number of the groups that you need, the dividend is the number being divided, the quotient is your answer, and the remainder being your leftovers. And so I'm going to walk you through the area model strategy that we use. Let me switch over. So when we have an area model problem, basically you could have it with a word problem or just a generic division problem. But let's look at one. We're going to do 732 divided by 8. Now there's different scenarios we could use, like I said, word problems being one. We deal with remainders and we deal with those that work out evenly. But with an area model, what we teach our students is we're going to draw a rectangle box. And because they're going to be doing math inside, they need to make sure that they make it large enough where they can actually see their numbers and keep everything neat. Your divisor, which is the number of groups, goes on the outside of the box. Your dividend, the number being divided, goes on the inside of the box. Then on the outside over here, we want our students to go through and do some brainstorming about the divisor. So we look at it, and we always tell them to start with, of course, 8 times 1, which would be 8. Then we tell them to go up. Well, let's see what 8 times 10 would get us. Then we tell them to keep going. Most of them already know that they can't use 8 times 100 because that's 800, and we're actually looking for a number close to 732. So what I've been telling my students to do is just draw a line through that. You know that that's too big. So your quotient cannot be bigger than the 100. So they go through and they start thinking about their multiplication facts, and this is why multiplication is so important. Most of our students realize that they have to have something times 8 that's going to get them close to 73. There's different strategies you can use with area models. My students like to just go for the straight up, get me as close as possible without having to do all this extra work out to the side. So they know they can go ahead and do 8 times 90. And when they do 8 times 90, they know that's 720. Some students may choose to use 8 times 50 because they feel more comfortable with multiplying that, and that's okay. They would simply just have a larger area model problem. I would advise not to use the 8 times 10 because then they're going to run out of room. They're just going to have to keep going and going and going. We're trying to build reasoning in our students and number sense, and so we're going to try to push them to go for the number that's closest to. So using the 90, lining up your place value with the tens place and the ones place, 90 times 80, we've already figured out, is 720. So we're going to subtract that, and we get 12. We're going to draw a line. We're going to move 12 to the other side. And because we drew the line, we know we have to have a plus sign, because we know that we can get another 8 from the 12. So they go back up to what they've already done. Very little work is involved now because they've got most of it done. They know they're going to use 1, keeping everything lined up with place value. 1 times 8 is 8. Subtract. They'll get 4. This time they know that they cannot get 8 out of 4. So they move this one over to the side, and that is their remainder. And I let mine circle that so they know that stands out as their remainder. They're going to add the two partial quotients together for 91, and our students will put 91, remainder 4 as their answer. Another thing that we've done is taught them how to check their work with division. They know to take the quotient, multiply it by the divisor, and then to add in the remainder. As long as their answer here, when they do get the product and then get the sum, as long as their answer matches their dividend, they know that they're correct. We're going to continue to work on this throughout the week and part of next week before we go into standard algorithm with division, and we'll do another video on the standard algorithm. Y'all have a great day.